though my birthplace was in Boston, I was raised most of my life in California. Pretty much gangs, drugs, and violence infected our whole area, and it became a part of our everyday living. There were times we were not blessed with food, and therefore we had to search for ways to eat. We had to search for places to sleep. I've been through the whole gamut. Before I knew it, my every thought was based on criminal activity. Before I knew it, before I would even speak to an individual, I already had it in my mind, what can I achieve from speaking to this person? What can I gain? It was already unbalanced. It was evil intent. It was malicious, everything. It wasn't until I ended up in a penitentiary in Texas, which is considered by fact the worst prison system in America. They still have plantations, they still pick cotton. They still do things like that, and I had never been around anything like that, so it was a serious shock. Well, while I was in prison in 2001, a young man came to me and he said, "Gabriel, I need your help." And I said, "Well, for what?" I'm thinking, you need some chips? You need soups? You want some coffee? He said, "No." He said, "There's a man forcing himself in my cell every night and making me having sex with him." And I remember just the sheer totality of shock that I experienced when this young man, who was 18 years old, came to me for this assistance. I wasn't known as a protective individual or anything like that, and this is in prison. You do not associate with other people's business, especially business like that. So I took it upon myself. Right then is when I made a change in my life. And I chose to stand up for the guy, help the guy out. He actually ended up getting taken care of, and pray to God he's okay today. But that made a big change for me, and I became a different individual. I became Gabriel. I found out about this place named Ujamaa in 2019. I needed an apartment. I had been working basically full time now as a demo lead. I was up to like $20-something an hour, so my working was going good, but I still didn't have a place. And I heard about Ujamaa. They had apartments. Well, I went to them and they said, "Well, how old are you?" I said, "Well, I'm 49. And they were like, "Sir, we only serve 18 to 31. I was like, "Are you serious?" I mean, there's a lot of us at different ages who are coming out of the system, returning to the state, and trying to get on our feet. But then I asked, "Well, what do you guys do?" And he said, "Well, we help people with transitional housing, we coach them, we help them with employment, and we basically try to keep them out of the system, help them navigate through the Department of Corrections and through probations and paroles." I said, "Well, that's amazing. I was actually just doing that for a pretty long period of time, and I wasn't getting paid for it. It's basically something that I like doing with my life." I'm now the housing coordinator coach. I help the brothers transition through living, such as dealing with property management, dealing with themselves, voicing their anger in different ways, which could help with legal justice, etc., instead of violence. Helping them think. Critical thinking is what I institute with the brothers. I help them with hygiene. I help them with proper decisions, help them with employment, help them get to their employment. Employ them myself if I have to, right out of my pocket. And it's just a beautiful day every day that I get up and go to work.